Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be going through my top gacha releases for May 2022. We're also going to be looking at some of the ones that just launched in the last week or so as well at the end, just to catch you guys up in case you missed those ones. There's a few promising games that don't have a set release date, but I'm going to go through and show you the information that we do have around the release dates as well. So let's get into it. Okay, so first up we have Dislyte. Dislyte is launching on May 10th, as is announced here. I made another video. Originally, this game wasn't going to have a new server at global launch. It's been in soft launch in select regions for about 6 months, but they are making a new server, and they said later on they will merge. I've got a whole video where I'd go ramble on about that, but there is going to be a new server at the start for new players. This game, very much like Epic 7, Raid Shadow Legends, Summoner's War, turn-based gacha, except it is a top-down. Now, I still haven't seen them give like a good landscape or expandable wide screen, which really annoys me as a content creator because you're forced to play in this very, very narrow screen. But we'll wait and see if they do fix that up. But all around, the game is fantastic. I love this game. I've made a bunch of content on it already, and I will definitely dive in on the new server and be playing this one pretty flat out on the 10th when it does come out. I'll probably have more videos, reroll guides, all that sort of stuff in the coming days before the release. But Dislyte, one that I'm really looking forward to, by Lilith Games, who also do make AFK Arena, which is the other game that I play over on my other channel. Next up, we do have Counterside. Now, we don't have an official release date for Counterside. Obviously, this is available. Anyone can play it in the Southeast Asia version in English, but they are doing the full global launch. And this one, the full global launch, is going to be published by Studio B-Side. And we did have this letter from the devs. Basically, I just want to highlight the one bit at the end, but they're talking about how much smoother it feels being able to make adjustments themselves without having to go through a developer, which I can definitely understand. But down the bottom here, it says, our current objective is to open the official Counterside global server before June 2022. That's why I'm putting this one in this month, because before June would leave us with May. So hopefully this one does come out in May. And then it says here in May, I will come back with some more, I will come back once more with the Counterside global roadmap announcement. So this month we will definitely get that announcement, but they're hoping to get it launched this month by the way I read this, unless they mean in June. But either way, in the next couple of months we should have Counterside. Moving on from that, we do have Nikke, the Goddess of Victory. Now, this one I absolutely loved the beta for this game. It's an interesting one, this game, because it's got such a unique combat style with obviously the waifus and the thirst trap that everyone gets stuck in, but the gameplay is actually really fun. On the stages where you have to manual it, you know, it's essentially an idle game, but it's got that really unique combat, and it's one that I'm really looking forward to, like, grinding out and getting a bit further in, and seeing what they introduce in endgame, because even just the co-op that we had in the closed beta when there was limited players was really fun. This is another one of those games that worked really well when you forced landscape on it, so I'm hoping they bring like a native enabled landscape mode to it, because it is fantastic. But if not, you can always get the apps or use on an emulator those things that force landscape mode, and it is pretty clean with only a few glitches. But this game probably up there with Dislyte that I'm most excited for. We don't have an official release. The word in the Discord, the rumors are May or June. So that's why I put this one in here. I'm hoping for May. If not, hopefully June, it does come out. They've run a couple betas. There was a few bugs in the first beta, but it's looking pretty ready besides that. So I'm hoping we can punch this out this month or next month. Unfortunately, we don't have an official release date for it. Moving on from that, this one is one that I'm not overly interested in. I will touch it to see what it's like. But that is the Harry Potter, what's it called? I can't remember what it's called. It's the Harry Potter one. Magic Awakened. But this one, like, it honestly looks not too bad. I'm not like huge Harry Potter nerd. Like, I've watched it all, never read the books. I don't do much reading. I rather do audiobooks, but that's me. But it looks like, you know, one of these mana-based card systems. Makes me think of Summoner's War, and the name has left me. You know, the Summoner's War one that they brought out that's basically essentially this. Lost Centuria? think that was it, Lost Centuria. But it reminds me of that. So, you know, they've got other stuff. They do say you get to play Quidditch. So, you know, maybe I'll play some Quidditch and stuff like that. But for Harry Potter people, you can be happy. I've just seen a lot of people talking about it. Once again, Harry Potter, not really my thing, but it's coming. As for the date, I think this month or next month. I haven't seen an official release date, but that's what I've been hearing in the whispers is in the next couple months as well. Moving on from that, we're going to jump into a few of the games that came out at the end of last month that you might want to check out if you missed them. So the first one is Echoes of Mana. This one's a really cool 2D action RPG. I've been playing this one very, very casually. I haven't grinded it out like I normally do with gachas when they come out. I've just been busy moving house and stuff like that. So I haven't been able to put in the time. So I'm nowhere near at the stage of giving out a bunch of guides and stuff for this. But the game is really fun. The boss fights are where the magic is. When you're on non-boss fights, you're just basically autoing and all that sort of stuff. But once you get to boss fights that, you know, you start failing on and you've actually got to pay attention to mechanics, it's actually quite enjoyable. The aesthetic I really like as well. They got the good 2D models, not the chibis. You got like the full scale 2D models, which is a win for me. And like I said, the boss fights are just really quite enjoyable. They got co-op events and stuff like that. So it's actually not a bad one if you want to jump into it. I don't know how much content I'll make for it, but it's just that one that I've been opening up for like an hour a day and just having a bit of a play in between moving house. But moving on from that, the next two are going to be ones that I've had a lot of people ask me about, but they just don't really interest me. So the first one was Time Defenders. This is another tower defense, like, you know, waifu type game. But to me, like, I never got into Arknights. Tower defense just isn't really my thing. It just never has been. So, you know, that's a personal preference for me. If you like tower defense, definitely go check it out and give it a crack. If you're playing Arknights and, you know, you just want to refresh and on some downtime and try something different, why not have a crack? But that is Time Defenders, which is out now. You can play that. Same with Echoes of Mana. And then the last one is Seven Mortal Sins. I've had a lot of people ask me about that. Basically, this one, I looked at it, and it just looks so dated to me. I couldn't get into it. It just looks too dated. This is the kind of game where I couldn't bring myself to sit here and look at this screen. Like I don't know how good the game could be. Godly, I don't know, but it looks pretty generic, turn-based. Like, I don't even know too much about it because I literally saw this and I'm like, nope, I'm out. That looks about 12 years old, and it's not an aesthetic for me. But, you know, if you're interested, it is out. Like I said, I had a lot of people ask me, so I thought I'd throw it in here. But for me, just not my style. But anyway, that is going to do it for the month of May. Like I said, some of these may roll over into June for their actual releases, but it's looking quite good. Dislyte, definitely, we know that one's coming on the 10th, so I'm really looking forward to that one. And then the next big one for me is probably Nikke, followed by Counterside in my preference of games coming out. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.